There are people, incredible people in Ottawa that continue to think that, people like Gerald Butts, people like Dominic Barton, people like Mark Carney were more important to Canada's, global policy than Justin Trudeau. And I don't think they're wrong in that. I really don't. And so, we've talked before Mark Carney's election, I did a story drawing the concrete connections between Dominic Barton, Gerald Butts, Justin Trudeau, Mark Carney, Evan Solomon from Eurasia Group, another, little shop. And Evan Solomon, this was before he was elected and made Minister of Artificial Intelligence. So if you want to call it a cabal, sure. If you want to call it a network, if you want to call it the big brains in Ottawa that are directing Canada's, economy and policy for better and worse. And I say worse at this point. Yeah. The same people keep popping up around big decisions. And to bring it back to, why you're questioning me today, I'm saying if we want to look at the Canadian Infrastructure Bank's $1 billion loan to BC going to a Chinese shipyard, it would be folly not to look at the man that designed the bank, Dominic Barton, then look further into his direct ties to China, his frequent conversations with senior Chinese party secretaries, which he acknowledges, his saying openly, I drank the Kool-Aid on China, his documented ties to some over 20 Chinese state-owned enterprises, right? So when you see all that history and then you ask, how did this loan pop out of the infrastructure bank? Again, I pulled an information document on the BC Ferries and Infrastructure Bank file, which points to the structure of McKinsey in the Infrastructure Bank at the start with Barton, continuing into Mark Carney's current Privy Council clerk, Michael Sabia, who was chair of that Infrastructure Bank after sitting with Dominic Barton and designing it. And to this day, people from McKinsey, who were the former, let's just say subordinates of Dominic Barton or part of McKinsey as a shop, are running the Infrastructure Bank